Okay, so after a bit of fix, what I've done is I've connected a new connection, and with the insert record, you can see we're only going to connect few things, like we're selecting name, then we're selecting surname, email, number, and a password. And the name, we are temporarily using it as a login ID for the password purposes. Now with those things, you can see after inserting records, browse and go to the thank you page. So that page will allow us confirmation of registration, plus it will give a link to go back to the login. So with these values, I'm going to say okay here. Let's close this and save the page, test the page, and let's try some values. So Benita at one.com. Benita, password is 123. So we just register it, click on register, and because our insert record says go to thank you, it comes here. This page also I've designed temporarily for you, which just have a thank you message and a link called click to go back to the private members area. Okay, so when they click, they come back to the index page. Okay, on the index page, we have a login ID and field, so we can use any ID and password now from the registered member area. Now we can't start using it straight away because we have to do small programming for that. I have given the handouts, and very easily we can go onto this page in Dreamweaver and go back to our databases panel, because we need to configure the user ID verification coding. For that, we go back to the actual Dreamweaver. We select our page. This is the login page. It has a form with 2 fields, and we have some bit of decorations. We can see we can still use the same connection as connection 1, because that will allow us to connect with the database. For this connection, we go to server behavior again. The document type is PHP. So update quickly. And from the plus symbol under the server behavior, go to user authentication or authentication and select login user. Okay, very, very simple process. As long as you are on the correct page, under the server behaviors, from plus sign, select user authentication and login user. This window is also pretty self-explanatory. It asks you that get the input from form 1, which is the name of this particular form. Okay, username field is a login, which is the text field. Password field is a password, which is ID of the password field from your form. Validate using connection. Now here we're asking which connection you are using for validation. Now for this, very, very basic things we're going to add. Which connection they are using? There's only one, which is connection 1. It takes table automatically. Username column. Now where is the username stored in our database? Under which column? Name, because we want to validate based on the names and the password. So I'm just going to use username column is name. This is the reason why your clients will never ever come to know. As a programmer, you only know what things you have configured yourself. Okay. So I'm using name as my username field, and the password column is coming from the password column in the database. Now, if login succeeds, then please go to the page. Which page? Cars. This is the premium page which we want to show. And if login fails, we are sending them back to index page again, because the login ID and password are incorrect. They're not matching with the database record. Restrict the access based on both username and password. We want both to be correct. Okay. Now, as long as these values are there, just say OK, and you can see the login user section has been created. Okay, let's save this as well. quickly have a preview. Now we have some database records. So if I use Benita, password is 123, submit, and there you go. You come to the members private page. So far clear? Insert records, validate records. Now once you come to this page, here we can add a couple of dynamic things. For example,